Good morning, good afternoon, good day, happy day. You're listening to El Happy Breath Hour. Our intention is for you to learn how the breath can guide you to connect, be aware, let go, and take charge of your life. I'm your host, Roberto Suarez, better known as El Happy Coach. So to get started, let's take a few sigh of reliefs to relax, let go, and be here now. So we're going to do like 5 of them. So we're going to inhale through the nose for 2 or 3 seconds, and then we're going to let go through the mouth. Make sure you relax your shoulders and your body. So here we go. Let's inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, let it go, relax those shoulders. Couple more. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale. Then let it go. So hopefully we're all present. Our topic today is called Respirando y Ganando con Roberto y Rafael and ArkFi. Our guest today is Rafael Soto, and he has one line. He says, from diesel lines of trucking to the new era of economic development on crypto. So welcome, Rafael. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning for those who are in the morning. For those who are in the evening, good evening. It's an honor to be here, Roberto.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, let's get started, like maybe telling a little bit of your story, how before crypto, how did you get into crypto? What was your transformation? Just to give a sense to all the listeners and also viewers, because everybody gets to see this, right? And
okay, hey, it's quite a story. I've been doing trucking for about 15 years now, and a couple years ago, one of my friends asked me if I knew about Bitcoin. I really didn't know nothing about Bitcoin other than somebody told me buy Bitcoin is a good investment. So I bought, I don't know, maybe $25 of Bitcoin. And when I opened my phone, that year Bitcoin had risen to $69,000. So my $25, it was almost triple, close to $100 on Bitcoin. And because of that question, and in order for me to have a conversation about Bitcoin, I decided to start learning about Bitcoin. I mentioned it to a friend. He sent me a YouTube video, and I was listening to the video, and I clicked with the professor. So I did, a research, and I started taking courses online about cryptocurrency, and that's how I became knowledgeable by going back to do the research and start taking courses on cryptocurrency. And there, I noticed that the courses on YouTube and these paid courses were like kind of surface and not deep. So while I was working, I'm a truck driver. You know, spend like hours and hours driving. So I was listening to books and listening to videos, and I decided to go to a bigger school. So that's when I found Crypto Master Academy, and I'm taking a master degree on how to become a professional investor on cryptocurrency. So I embrace it, and now that's how I started learning, and that was my journey through cryptocurrency.
Wow, and and how since I met you in ArkFi, how did that how did you get to ArkFi?
Okay, doing my research, I was looking to different videos, and I came across a guy that was teaching about if you buy an asset and you lose 75% of that, 95 of that asset, but the asset is still paying you 1% a day, you will still, after 16 months, you were still ahead. And he was doing a real good presentation with numbers, you know. You know the person, and I know the person. His name is Brandon. Is the drip guy. He's AKA the drip guy. So I made a comment on that on his channel, and he reached me out and said, because you made a comment, I'm gonna give to you two of those coins. At the time, they were $20 a piece, and he has some ad channel that those admins took me by the hand and helped me become an investor in cryptocurrency. And at the same time, that's where I started going to school, because I didn't know how to, you know, the whole navigation of cryptocurrency can be overwhelming from traditional finance to cryptocurrency. And we all going through that from, you know, open a wallet, run exchange, the whole. So they helped me out, and I became a listener of what he was teaching. This man, he teach 3 times during the week, for hours and hours for free. So I was listening to him all the time. And after a year, he started talking about it. Oh, I'm investing in another thing. And I got real furious because, you know, I didn't really want to change what I was doing, you know. But he said you have to be an open minded, and this is a real good technology. And I didn't listen to him. I was like very negative for about a month. But because I'm going to school, and in school you're learning the Solidity language, and you learn how to read the contracts and read the white papers and all that, I say, let me go to the blockchain, and I think I was going to find something wrong. And I'm going to look into this contract to see if I can find something malicious about the contract, you know, to see if it's true. So, but I did it because I was upset with Brandon that he was teaching something else instead of keep teaching what he was teaching all these years. But when I look at the contract and I look the description of the contract, I say, oh my God, I lost a whole month. You know, I lost a whole month, you know. It is true, you know, what he's saying is it can help me, you know. So I decided to come to Ark, and I've been in Ark like in the middle of February, you know. And that's when I became part of Ark.
Yes. So I guess what the lesson there is to be able to diversify, you know, and have, you know, it doesn't, you're in DeFi, you don't have to just do one program or one coin or.
But you know, as Americans, we in this box of 8 hours, 5 days, 30 years, retirement, and go to heaven, you know. So thinking out of the box was, even though that you know, I thinker, you know, and like you say many times to me, you seems to be a creator. When you've been formed only one way of doing things, in order, if you don't open your mind, or if something shocking happens to you, that you start to make a switch, you never do that switch, you know. So unfortunately, a lot of things, good and bad, happened to me financially, and I was always asking myself, I'm a hard worker, I make money like you won't believe it, but the problem is that I lose it all the time. So how can I invest my money in something that I don't lose my money, that my money continue making me money and saving me money to buy whatever I want to buy? And that's when I discovered the cryptocurrency. I don't know. I tried everything. I was not good on the financials. I didn't like the stocks. I tried Forex, the Forex. I even, I even took course to become an insurance agent. And at one time, I went, I, I got certified to do loans, to become a loan officer, and trying to understand the financial world. They don't teach that at school. They don't prepare, they prepare you to work, but they don't prepare you to become wealthy. So, but I'm living the dream, so I clicked, it was like I identified of, you know, of what they were saying on this financial economic development. And it's the new thing, so I started going to school because of that. And, you know, it transformed my life in a short period, 2 years. I have transformed all my life, my way of living, and now I can understand where we're going. It's been very beneficial.
Wow, great story of from being a breath coach, right? You said something there, and I'm going to support you to even go to a whole other way, about that you always make money, and then it seems like you will lose money, right?
Right.
In the breath world, we believe in that we create our own reality, right? And and it's based on that whatever shows up in your life, right? You create it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's not something outside, right? So it's like, and so what makes the difference is the quality of thoughts. So if you want to have a quality life, a happy life, you have to have happy thoughts, right? But underneath that, in the subconscious, there's a real hardcore limiting belief that could be triggered on us, not just you, trigger on all of us, that creates that. And just listening to you, what you just said, right? And we can tap into that through the breath, with all the breath that I'm teaching. It's that your limiting belief could be, I'm not deserving. So you're a master of creating, and then if that's your limiting belief, it shows up of you like giving it away or doing something wrong. So it's because I don't deserve it. So you keep doing that throughout your life. And I'm not talking to you directly, I'm talking to people that are out there. So there's a real hardcore limiting belief. Like in my cases, I'm not good enough. I'm a loser. So my whole life, it was about winning because I didn't want to feel, I didn't want to lose, even though so I was always winning until I had to lose. Because if you don't shift that limiting belief, eventually you're going to lose. Right? And you don't have to go through all those experiences. You can do that through the breath, tapping in and shifting that in your subconscious. So if you're not, I'm deserving, you're going to keep doing it. Eventually, you'll lose it again, right? But I know that but you work through it through your learning and your experience, and now what's happening is that the opposite of limiting belief is your empowering beliefs. So you're living your empowering beliefs now. Those are starting to manifest. You just told me like a great story, like about your wife, right? So you came in with an
Right.
empowering belief. You overcame that limiting belief that I'm not deserving, right? And it could have gone another way, but it did. You manifested an empowering belief that there was really nothing wrong, right? And you're doing the same thing with money. So your empowering beliefs are now showing up in your world. That because you have good thoughts, you learn, and now you're manifesting. So so we're talking here a little bit, like about the money creating, right? But to me, this is very important for people to know that whatever shows up in our lives, we're creating. And it's all driven by your subconscious belief systems. So if life is not working, perhaps you want to take a look at it. You don't have to. You can keep doing what you're doing and just go in circles, and eventually, that's what happened to me. I was always about winning, like winning in sports, winning in any game I play, winning on having the nicest looking girl, winning in making money. And then all of a sudden, boom, I started losing. My back would get hurt. My knees got hurt, playing football. Then I had to lose money. I didn't get to win in the big like business deals that I could have been, made millions of dollars, and I wasn't able to do it. So I used to be blaming the external and not the internal. So I was creating, my limiting beliefs were manifesting, I'm not good enough. And now it's starting to open up, and then yes, everything is coming and flowing, and then you start meeting the right people that come to help you.
That's a very important point that you say in there. I have met a lot of people, but meeting the important people, the people that is gonna impact your life to go to that level that you always dream about, the people that are going to hear the right knowledge, for you to make the switch, like what's happening to me in the past month, I would never thought that was gonna happen, and I dream about that, but I had a limitation on me, like, I dream about it, but that's never gonna happen,
Yeah, there you go.
that,
I'm not deserving. Can you see that? Can you see that? But by
yeah,
saying
that's,
that, I don't deserve that. Unbelievable.
and but it was done not in the intention. It was done, you know,
Unconsciously.
unconsciously, like in the background. You're like, I know I can do it. I know I'm good for it, but it's gonna happen. I don't know. And sometimes it is because of the circle, the people that you around, because you tell the person, I often say, I hate poverty because it has not given me what I really want. It disarms me. It takes away from me. If I want a good pair of shoes, and I'm in poverty. And when I say a good pair of shoes, is a shoes that I can cover my food and they're comfortable and I can do my work. I'm not talking about fancy. I'm talking a good pair of shoes. But if I don't have a way of obtaining that, even though I deserve it, they look very nice, in the showcase and the store, but I don't know if I'm going to put them on my food, I was thinking like that. In the past, I'm living a real good life, right now, knowing that if I think on something and I can create that reality to me,
Great.
And it all started by teaching others what I know. It was unbelievable. I remember you saying, release to the universe what you want, and it'll come back to you. Let it go, Rafael. Let it go. Breathe that energy, let it go, and you'll see the change. And eventually, when I talk to you about the changes, when I'm doing the breathing and what I'm experiencing right now in my life, sometimes, tears come down. because of joy, like it's really working, and it's working not only on the financial, but in the physical, and I experienced something very powerful when you can tap into that energy by breathing and expressing that, you know, uh, to healing. I experienced something very powerful in the past 24 hours, and it was a touch of healing, just releasing that energy and then see the results. And I mean, I can share my story, but you know, you need to accept that you can create that and then start practicing. And you eliminate that the doubt, you see the results.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's like releasing, and it's not simple. It's simple process, but you have to practice, right? What we're really doing is removing the resistance that we have, so we can open up, so we can receive what we want. So, like like my coach, my breath coach, I go, "Hey Dan, how do I get more clients?" And he goes, "Inhale, open up your heart, let it go." Do that a few more times. Just keep doing that. Open up, let go.
And go.
You follow me? He
I
didn't
had a
tell me.
question.
He didn't tell me anything about do this, do 100 sales calls. None of that.
I'll tell you a quick story. The
Okay.
other day on before the podcast on Ark, how we get in there like half an hour and start chatting.
Yeah.
This I don't remember his name, but he's asking me, "Hey Rafael, how do you bring people into this business?" And I say, "Well, I don't know. What I've been doing is I've been teaching everybody. I don't care if they belong to you. I don't care, if they're not in my group, if they're not on my team, you know, and they refer the person to me for for my own sake. I'm just teaching them what I know. And when I look into my it keep growing. Like I open my group today. It's going down. They open my third level already. People are down in the third level.
Wow.
And two more people. I mean, just and I was yesterday all day. I was helping people for another line, not my people.
Yeah.
you know, I dedicate hours. I went to sleep like 2 o'clock in the morning. Helping people in another countries.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing this. It's totally different. In order to attract stuff, to become like a magnet, you have to let go. You know, serving others have created abundance for me in a big way. Just
Yeah.
just like and learning and
Absolutely.
learning. Learning stuff. It's amazing. It's
Yeah. It's
thank
a
you for thank you for sharing the knowledge, because I was never, if I had a search for the service, you know, and trying to look for that service that you do, which a lot of people needs this service. A lot of people don't know what they're missing because nobody's teaching them. And the people, it's not reachable. And thanks to this technology, you are putting your knowledge out there for people to grab it. Like the app is for free. The teaching on the app is for free. Hello, you know,
Yeah.
it's like somebody giving you $10,000 in cash and you don't use it. Say, oh yeah, somebody gave me this. Leave it there. Leave it there. You know,
Yeah.
it, it is worth more than that. And you putting this information in there not because you want them to pay, because it can help people. and that's a way of looking things in a totally different way, like,
yeah.
what I do in my regular every day is very hard. I I have to go, and there's people calling me in the truck and go up and down mountains and meeting people and nasty people and good people.
Mm-hmm.
And like we say in Spanish, vaya con Dios, you know, you know, and just start laughing. Yeah, when somebody does something, I just go, let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Yeah,
Let
that's
it
sign of
go.
relief.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. That
Mhm.
yeah, that's unbelievable. Yeah, it's like it's two things. It's like the knowledge. People 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 eventually feel you. It's your energy, right? If there was two people that had the same knowledge and one had like a negative and a positive energy, everybody's going to go to the positive energy, even though they know both things. So I always know it's not what you know, it's what you feel. So people feel you. You have like a very I would say caring, loving, serving thing, right? Kind of energy. So people get attracted. Plus, you keep saying, "Oh, I'm just learning," and I go, "You're a wealth of knowledge." You probably know more
I'm
about.
learning.
I know you're
I'm
learning,
learning.
but yeah, but you're saying you're like a little baby in the whole thing, which we are, right? Because we're always learning.
But yeah, but listen to the people that we're talking to. The
Yeah,
levels, the,
yeah,
the, the people that we are surrounded are people that they are, when you
yeah,
sometimes they ask me, why are you so quiet? Well, I'm just like a baby, do, like give more milk, as you learn, yeah,
yeah.
you're learning. And I'm fortunate, I'm fortunate that they put me on in the spotlight of stars. Basically, these people, they know what they're talking about, and
Hmm.
they are making a way for everybody globally tap into something very good. They, I don't take this lightly, and for me to have that chance, you know, I'm just learning. I'm learning how to execute. I'm learning how to, you know, the little contribution that I can on my level that I can share. It's just an honor for me, you know, to be able to say, this is the way I do it. Maybe if I'm wrong, please correct me. This is the way I was teach how to do it.
Hmm.
And by doing that, I tap into knowledge. And in this day of age, knowledge is powerful because can you imagine, how hard it is to make $100 a day? You know how it is?
Oh yeah,
You know how
yeah.
hard it is? And I live in the state of Texas in United States, right? And in the state of Texas, the federal minimum wage is $7.75. Okay.
Hmm.
And by sitting in here, I'm making 10 times more than that, doing nothing, just talking. And
Yeah.
and I was
Yeah.
and I'm able to post my regular work, like, can you imagine? Can you tell somebody, hey, you a dishwasher, and stop watching the dishes and sit down and talk for an hour? Can you do that? You know? Or you a doctor. Hey, doctor, please stop caring about the people in the emergency room and let's talk, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
And me being able of doing that, I'm a student, I'm learning. And the most important thing I have learned in the past 2 months is how to free my time. We have 24 hours, and I have a mentor that say that look at us as a train with 24 wagons. You put in each wagon what you want. You can put garbage, you can put gold, you can put energy, you can put, whatever you want to put in those 24 hours. But that train belongs to you, and it'll go by. And if you don't stop and pause and do these things and help others, you're going to be pushing that train instead of be pulling the train. But if you learn about what you have to do by all this knowledge and you keep learning like a student, I noticed that I'm just walking on the tracks and the train is following me.
Wow.
I don't have to push the train. The train is following me. So
that's some alpha there.
I can stop everything, and in this wagon, this hour, I'm putting knowledge. I'm learning from you what you teach about breathing, and at the same time, I can share with others what I have learned about the journey of the cryptocurrency. We tap into something powerful over here,
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
we haven't talked about Ark yet, but I came across Ark, and Ark is a huge project where people in this community is trying to change the life of others by embracing and giving tools to people to fulfill their dreams and to protect the integrity. That's very powerful to be in a place where they care about you, they care about your future, they care, these people, I don't take that lightly. We've been fortunate enough to find this group and this community, and sometimes we don't have the time to say it aloud, to a lot of people, because we don't know people. We're working, but everyone, and then oh, Rafael, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing this, and is that good? I was talking to a professional last night, to almost 2 o'clock in the morning, a professional in the financial service, a guy who make deals with banks and sell houses, and he has a huge office. I was like, Alas, when he put the studio, the $1 billion studio, the guy had a studio like that, and he's in a Zoom call with me, and I'm inside the truck, and this guy has marble and fancy and pictures, and he say, Rafael, keep going. I want to learn what you. And I say, I'm learning. I'm a student. He said, no. Keep. And I'm looking to all these things like a kid on a candy store. Wow. He has a nice phone, a nice chair. And he wants me to teach him. He said, keep going. And I said, I have to go to work in the morning. I have to go to sleep. I was like this, almost asleep. And he said, keep going. So, you know what I learned from that guy last night? The people that have success, they abstract information and knowledge from others. And that's why they're so successful.
Yeah.
Because they have the knowledge. And he noticed that something was going to happen. And if he doesn't learn this new technology, he's going to be left behind. I don't want to be left behind, but I also want to help people, because this is changing life. In everything, in health, not only financially, in everything. Because if you have no stress, because the electricity bill is paid, and then you can better, you can take care of, and you can help others.
Yeah.
What a way of living,
Oh my God. So this has been like, I don't know, if you're listening, you're getting some master alpha from Rafael, and I'm learning from him every day. He's a pool of knowledge. He's teaching me about pools too.
that's another
That's
that's a
another.
that's another that's a class in itself. Yeah.
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 But he's helping me with everything, in this world. Plus, all the coaches are Ark, Brad and Miss Soto and everybody else. It's unbelievable how people are there to support. And, I fell right into that. Like, 5 years ago, whatever, Atlas offered me to get paid for a client in Bitcoins. And I said no, because I didn't have any idea, what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't want any Bitcoins. But then he called me again and he said, hey, I got this opportunity. I want you to do a share vision process with my team. We're going to pay you an ARK. And I go, absolutely, pay me an ARK. I don't care. And it's changed my world in less than 4
It's changing
months.
my one too. Yeah, it's changing my one in 2 months. It's
and not only
amazing.
that, it's like there's a community of people that are willing to learn, are open, all the things. Uh, you meet people like yourself, and all of a sudden, I always was trying, okay, well, who's my community? Who's my ideal client that is going to breathe and whatever, right? So now there's a whole community that is willing and open. Hey, teach us the breath, I don't even have to ask or anything. It's unbelievable. So what would you tell, because we can be here all day. What's the one tip, so let's say to a 21-year-old or to somebody that's looking to get into crypto, right? What's the one thing that you would tell them that would make a difference for them, before they do anything?
It's about knowledge. It's about get a mentor, get somebody that can teach you. There's somebody that can teach you the right stuff. And once you learn what you need to do, just start doing it and start practicing. It's like baby steps. We have in the community, we have a member that she has a teenager son.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about the story. And
Yeah.
it's a fascinating that by doing like a little game sort of on the kitchen table, in the house,
Yeah.
that she was able to teach him, about what she's doing, and he embraced it, and he wants to, because he wants to buy a car, right? So
Yeah.
he yeah. So what a way to start something. Well, just like my journey, I started because somebody asked me a question about Bitcoin, and I didn't know what Bitcoin, So ask the question to yourself. If you're 21-year-old, ask the question, how do I buy my clothes? How do I have shelter? How do I educate myself? Mommy and papi not always going to be there, and you're going to eventually have your own family, and you're going to eventually have to do it yourself. What is the new trend? What is the new stuff out there? Well, it's simple. It's blockchain. It's a new technology that have revolutionized everything. And some people are in today's day, everybody's talking about AIs, right? But if you don't learn, you don't know how to utilize the AI. The same thing happened with money. Money is sometimes they teach you the wrong thing. Money is not the love of money is the root of all evil. Yeah, but that's the love of money. You don't have to love money. I mean, I don't love my truck, but I have to use it to make money. I love doing what I'm doing, but that's the tool. Money is like a tool. And right now, in order for you to make money, right? In order for you to tap into that energy, into that tool, if you don't have the knowledge, you don't know how to use it. Like, I don't know. You can ask anybody out there, and everybody's talking about cryptocurrency. Everybody, you can ask everybody, like, all people, and yeah, I heard about that, but I don't know how to do it. And it's so simple. So simple. It's for free. Knowledge in these days, we have the information for free. On social media, you can learn. You can just, tap into a person, and that person can teach you, oh yeah, it's very simple. You just buy this, you put it to work, and it grows like a plant, you know? But we will not teach that. We will teach work hard, work very hard, save all your money, retire, and then die. And what about breathing? What about
Yeah.
having fun in life?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, but if you want to come into the crypto world, is a lot of ways you can do it. But one of the things that I have learned from my mentors or from the people that teach me is the security. You have to be able to know how to secure whatever it is that is important to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like your money, your fiat money, you secure that money by putting it inside of a vault on a bank. So nobody from outside can touch your money.
Mm-hmm.
But we have learned there is a way that somebody can go to the vault and get the money out in a simple way. The only way they can do it if you open the security and let the person inside the vault. So it, crypto is a knowledge, or is a science is been here for years and years and years, and now it's been implemented as a new way of financials. It's fascinating. I love the decentralized finance. I love everything about crypto. It's a new way of life, and it
Wow.
can help a lot of people because you know you can learn it. It's easy to learn. It's not difficult, and we all about helping people. So the same way somebody helped me that I didn't know nothing about it, the same way I help others, and eventually we'll get the message across. Coming out
Absolutely.
from a corrupt a corrupt finance world to a more safe and sound and collected. Have you ever heard those words before?
Mm.
It, it is being more secure about your future. I think this trend is going to help a lot of people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I just spent before this interview with some of my certified breath workers in Cuba. It was like 9 yoginis, and they all want to go to India. And they didn't have money, and I go, hey, I can't do it now because I'm going to have a meeting with Rafael, but I'm going to create something for your group so that within a year you're going to have the money for all of you to go to India.
You made
So
me laugh with you. we gotta get involved. The same thing happened to me with a friend. A friend of mine who is a professor, and he's been sort of a spiritual mentor to me. Say, I need to buy some land because he wants to build in the community. He wants to build a church,
uh-huh.
and he say, I need this money. And I say, okay, so I'm gonna put some money. You're gonna put some money, and we're gonna take it to the Ark, and we're gonna make the money within a year. And he
Yeah.
said, what is that? What are you talking about? Is that for real? Yeah. You know, it's very simple. We're just gonna do this, and every day this thing is gonna grow, and
Yeah.
you'll be able to have the funds to buy and build the church. And he say, he called me the other day. It's been like 2 weeks. Hey, do you think this is gonna work? I say, I don't know. Let me check. And when I check the computer, I went into the program, into the project, and I said, I think it's working. It's doubling the money in 2 weeks. And he said, what? What are you doing? What are you doing, Rafael? I told you this thing changed my life,
I know. He goes, don't worry, God is helping us.
In a mighty way.
Yeah. Anyway, so how can people get a hold of you? What's the easiest way? Is there anything else you want to say?
Well, I have a YouTube channel. Believe it, you can search my name, Rafael Soto, in Spanish, Rafael Soto, and the name of the channel is Crypto Truckers, because I'm a trucker, so I put that in there. And I'm in YouTube. In the I have to learn more about the social media,
Yeah,
So
well, that's a good way. That's a
eventually,
good way. That's the
yeah,
best way. Go to YouTube.
eventually, I will open, the Facebook channel, the Telegram and all that. But despite my name, the Crypto Truckers,
Flipper
and in
truckers.
there, yeah, Crypto Truckers. In there, I entertain people by share with them what I'm doing in order to increase my finance in its own Spanish, because there's a lot of, as you know, there's a lot of people teaching on English, but
Yeah,
I'm the only one who teach art on Spanish. So, but I'm encouraging others to help me and join, so we can teach people how to do it on Spanish. The
absolutely.
Spanish, the the Spanish community is huge, everybody that everywhere you go, somebody speaks Spanish. You can be in Russia and somebody speaks Spanish to you. So
Right now in the U.S. alone, I think it's almost 30% of the people are Hispanic.
mhm, yeah. So, but
So
you can find me there, Rafael Soto on YouTube, Crypto Truckers.
crypto truckers, that
Mhm.
he's one of he's a guru. He's more than a trucker. He's a guru because he listens, he learns, he teaches, and the most important part, that he talks at your consciousness level.
Thank you. It's been an honor to be here with you, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see you in the next one. And we're gonna have like the I guess you call the translation of this, not translation, but the whatever they call it,
Close
where
capture. Yeah,
yeah,
close
in
capture. Yeah.
in Spanish, so people that are in Spanish can listen to this, and or at least read about it and listen. And we go from there. Thank you for being here. Love you, man. Let's go. Let's go have fun in the Ark.
Let's get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto.
So breathe.
Yes, sir.
Breathe in the crypto. Let it go. Have a happy life. So remember, breathe happy, live happy.